All right, guys, welcome to this very exciting and special webinar. My name is Vitaly Dubinin. I'm the founder of Bitcoin Sports Club, and today I want to share with you about a very exciting and innovative project in the crypto space that can actually help you guys profit on a passive basis, utilizing the latest technology with arbitrage and scalping and special strategies and techniques and algorithms in the trading realm that can actually take the differences of prices on the crypto exchanges and provide you profits. And today I have on this special call with me the founder of this project. His name is Bernard Ong, and also David Saw. They're all together right here with me. And I'm just going to share with you guys on this call how this works and how you can actually benefit from this project and how you can actually have an amazing 2020 year and utilize this technology because they have something great and they have a great team and they're very transparent about what they're doing. Bernard, can you get here? All right, there you go.
Hello, sorry. I was,
hey, what's going on?
Somebody is looking for me in the office, so yeah, I almost stepped out for a while.
Awesome. That's great. You know, I've been in the space for 2.5 years, and it always amazes me how big and developing the crypto industry is, and like we are still in a very early stages with the worldwide adoption and how people are utilizing crypto in a day-to-day lives, you know. And I've been always in search for very special projects that are on the edge that want to help the regular people to get involved in the crypto game, to actually experience profits, because I know how hard it is to trade. I've been a trader myself, you know, all this up and down and the volatility of the markets. I mean, it's amazing opportunities for people who are very proficient at trading, but even the best traders, they're not right all the time and they have their losses, and it's a very hard game to actually outbeat the market. But with that, we have the most volatile crypto industry. I mean, all the other industries, if we take a look at, you know, stocks, for example, or commodities or gold, or, you know, the Forex market, we are the most volatile out of them all. And this volatility allows us to profit, you know, for people. That's why so many people are actually developing algorithms and bots, you know, or people are, you know, there's so many different things that people are trying to develop and get the edge on the markets. And, you know, I know it's a very competitive industry, but what I can tell is that, you know, I've tried many different things in bots and trading bots on my own exchanges and stuff like that. And not every bot is perfect. You know, they work when the market is good, doing good. When the market is up, you know, bots are performing really well. But the markets are down and down and down. You know, a lot of them are breaking down and not actually experiencing profits. So what I really like about what you guys are doing is that you utilize technology and algorithms that can produce profits regardless of market conditions. Whether it's up or down, there is an opportunity to make profits from arbitrage and from scalping, which is what I want to dive into. Those two strategies are amazing for people that can utilize it, because, you know, me myself as a trader, you know, I can go and I can maybe put half an hour of my time to watch the markets, but I cannot be there 24/7. You know, I cannot be on the market and watch the markets. I just cannot do what the bots can do. And that's why technology and people have access to the superiority of this technology can actually, you know, get consistent profits. And that's really what we are looking for. So today, I want to introduce you to this special opportunity, to this special project, and to hear everything straight from the founder, from the CEO of the project, about how it can change your life. So I'm very grateful, very honored, and very excited that you are with me right now, Bernard and David. Thank you so much. And I want to get started this by, sharing with people about what is torque. If you can paint a little bit of a picture about how you describe what torque as a company is, what it stands for.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm Bernard, and this is David. So he's one of our key guys on the front line, and he's building up the talk business as well. So talk, as you've done a very great job, describing our capabilities and things like that. But I probably want to share a little bit more about our background as well. Okay. So yeah. I myself, I've been in banking for more than 7 years, and I've started my own funds as well in the traditional markets. So when 3 years ago, when this cryptocurrency market started to boom, we see a lot of exchanges coming up. We see a lot of ICO projects, and all these people are really just pushing this crypto space really hard. That's where we actually spot a lot of opportunities. So when in the past, we used to trade all these more traditional instruments, equities, futures, indices, warrants, and we come to realize that, hey, crypto is a really fun market. We started doing some mining, and then we started actually doing some works for exchanges. These exchanges, being new, a lot of them will require people to come in to actually create a volume, you see, and even the ICO projects, so we actually help in a lot of liquidity management. That's where actually we strengthened our trading team as well as the algorithms that we use, because some of these algorithms really can help in what we are actually doing today. So like you mentioned about, how some of the trading strategies, in times like this where we recently go see a Bitcoin tank and, at the same time we could profit from this volatility. That's where actually we develop trading strategies around this concept of being market neutral. So that even when prices go up or go down, even if in markets where the market just tank, we will still be profiting. So it's actually profiting on all these volatility. In fact, volatility is the key for us. We need the volume in the market for us to actually execute the trades. So arbitraging is one very big component of what we actually do. So in the beginning, we started off with, even just manual trading, manual arbitraging the market, but that's almost impossible, as you know now. Over these 3 years, a lot of things have changed. The market is still very inefficient, but it's definitely much better than before. The price gaps have closed in, and with your hand in your eyes, you might not be able to catch all these arbitrage opportunities. That's where we actually leverage on algorithms, where we actually could scan all these exchanges and scan the price differences and execute a buy and sell trades across the different exchanges, as well as within a single exchange. Within the single exchange, we could execute three-way arbitrage. We call it the triangular arbitrage. For example, you can actually buy PTC with USD at a price, but if you look at USD and USDT, there's also a small price difference. For example, at a 1.006. All right, that means that when I buy back the BTC with the USDT, I could actually profit a little bit. So this small, minute profits could actually churn up to become a huge profit when we execute more than 10, 20,000 a day. Okay, another strategy is actually scalping. Scalping is also one of our key components, which we are constantly developing. One thing, let me just sidetrack a little bit. One thing very important that you mentioned, you bought some bots online. Okay, these kind of trading bots, fantastic. I've never used them, although I've tried one or two. But the key thing about this kind of bots is that one thing I am not too confident is because you always will need a team of people. You need a developer who actually consistently will actually improve the algorithms over time, noticing all the performance. You need somebody to keep improving that. You need also a trader who actually understands the trading logic behind this algo and actually can constantly tweak it according to market. And then you need an operator who actually will execute the algos and let it run. More importantly, you need tech support. People who can actually support you when your server is down, when something goes wrong with the algorithms, somebody is there. So in our team, we actually have multiple teams like that to actually support this whole operation. It's not just one single trading team. One single trading team will make up of developer, trader, operator, okay? And it's a 24 hours job. So we have about 8 to 10 people on one team. And now we're expanding onto our third team. And we are constantly growing this so that we can constantly handle the volume, yeah? So when it comes to scalping, it is also the same thing as high frequency trading. So basically, we actually scalp the market. We take minute profits on the climb, or if it's an uptrend or a downtrend, it's okay. But we are taking all small climbs with a lot of limit orders. We got one sell bot and one buy bot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So each time the bots will actually execute the order, and then when the order is filled, then of course the trade is being executed. But whereby orders are not filled and are open, we actually do have another bot that actually does an averaging out. Because when you put a stop loss limit, okay. When you put a stop loss, you actually, these stop loss will close off your orders and what you get is actually a dead loss. Yeah, but instead we can actually average out and close in and actually average out so that we can actually get some profits out of in a rather losing kind of not really a losing, but if your trades are open, you see, we want to close in on whatever losses and turn and actually see whether we still profit. How much maybe you can't profit that much, but you still can make some smaller profits. Yeah. So we do actually average out. Okay. Sorry guys, somebody is just looking for me. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just gonna head out to see who is that. I'll jump in. Just 1 minute.
Okay, David, you can talk for now. So essentially, we are talking about two main strategies, which is arbitrage and scalping, that has been done on more than 20 exchanges. Can you share with us how did you get started with Stork, and what has been your experience? Why you're so excited about it?
Okay, I know my friend Bernard here for more than 10 years. So when he told me about his starting his own platform, I straight away jumped in because I've seen his growth. You see, I know him for 10 over years, and he's always very truthful, very honest in what he does. So when I started this, I started talking to a few people like Led, and consistency is what we need here. Keep talking to the same guy, share with them what you are doing, why you need to do this, and touch their heart. Be sincere, be honest, and I think everything will just fall in place. And that's what I've been doing since day one. So I joined Top in 11th of October till today. So now my volume is about 3 over million.
Over 3 million?
Yeah, so income is very good. So not looking back, I'm just moving forwards. Keep focusing and keep building. That's what I do.
How was your... Oh, we have Bernard on. Awesome. Bernard, can you share some of your background? Like what have you been doing before, and what caused you to actually start Torque?
Okay, so I started in banking. So I was in Standard Chartered Bank, I was in Citigold, and then I was in National Australia Bank. I'm on the private banking side, and then later on I started my own real estate fund, and that is actually when I got exposed to different types of financial instruments. Getting to actually understand more, and because I chanced upon Bitcoin, and of course we are all very curious about that, and so many people is going into this industry. So we actually did a lot of research and studying, what is this all about. Of course, we do have a lot of hearsay, but as I get to know this blockchain technology more, I actually got very interested in the technology itself, how it can actually shape different industries, and how this kind of how the technology can be applied in so many areas. So I got even more so interested is because of the cryptocurrency itself. Because it is just an instrument for you to actually measure what kind of utilities you can get yourselves, you can have, what kind of, how it can actually potentially shape the financial market in a different way. So how people are actually trying to have breakthroughs in the whole payment infrastructure. So solving a lot of issues that in the traditional market, this kind of those kind of obstacles that we actually do face. So I got really interested and that is actually when we started to do a lot of mining. And then we actually started to look at the technology itself and started to actually implement and do research and develop things like wallet systems, payment systems, and even building our own exchange. So we actually built our own order matching engine for us to actually match orders when you actually trade in an exchange. So the core of an exchange is the order matching engine. So we actually looked into developing that. Of course, us being a tech company, we've always been largely involved in artificial intelligence, deploying AI into different industries, like insurance, like human resource, you see. So that is something that we are looking at two very big elements, two very big names, industries that can actually shape the future. So we're looking at blockchain, we're looking at fintech, we're looking at AI. These three are the core. So we decided to actually venture deeper into this. And when we are actually managing our own funds, when we are really trading the markets on the traditional side, we realize this huge potential in crypto. When we are engaged to do works for all these exchanges, when we are engaged to do works for all these ICO projects, which some of them you can actually find these names on some of the DECs that we released in the market. These are some of the partners that we have gotten consent to actually include their name. So we've been actually doing this under the company brand of Snapbots and Snap Innovations and Omega Financial.
So that is your company you started a couple of years ago.
Yeah, correct. So I have, of course, other shareholders in the other companies, but I must reinforce that Talk is on its own. Talk is actually a project that is fully owned by myself, and it is actually us combining all the capabilities that we have across the years and the teams that we've built in other companies, and putting all our strength together to come up with a platform. You see, what we want to create here is of a huge scale. There's no way, I can just, kickstart one company and then start to slowly hire and start to build up. We actually need to rely on some of the more mature systems and techniques and things that we've built in the past to actually build something more robust like Talk itself. So, of course, on agreement, it will be contracts to my other companies to handle specific parts of the work. But all in all, you can see that we are actually kind of like a family setup. So what we remove is third-party unknown risk. I don't engage any other third parties whereby they can actually have control over my trading or even control over the wallets. That's why this sets us kind of apart from the other platforms where the unknown third parties are actually controlling a huge part of your business. I think that is risky. Why I say this is such a big project is because we actually don't want to just create a wealth creation platform. You see, there are many people out there. There are many systems or platforms with that single goal of creating wealth. But we want to engage people. We want to create this ecosystem before we look at something bigger, like becoming a digital bank. A digital bank is something that everybody talks about. Every tech company wants to become a digital bank. But whether is it relevant or not is another big question. Whether or not you can provide the security, you can provide the offerings and products, the relevant products, expertise. These are all very. We have to be relevant in order to provide such a more holistic kind of platform to the mass market. So before we get to that, what we want to create is Talk as a more of a super wallet that we can actually integrate many other parts. I'm very sure you yourself, you might have a lot of apps that you use every day for you maybe to order food, for you to maybe book your flights, for you to, you know. So we want to engage. Yeah, everything is on your phone now. So
yes.
what we want to do is like actually engage everybody, even on the personal level. So it's more than just creating wealth for you. If you've been on top, I mean, I'm quite sure you've seen even the profits for your own account. You should see somewhere averaging 0.2 plus. Someday you hit 0.3 plus. Of course, there will be lower days where you hit about 0.1 plus. On averaging out,
we're talking about 5% to 8%, something like that per month.
Of your own account. That's right. Yeah. That's on the owner. So that is the kind of capability that we can actually do. And very soon, guys, very soon, I think we're targeting for Christmas. I mean, I try to make it happen. So by this period of time, approximately around Christmas, you'll be able to see our live trading. You'll be able to see all the codes, the algorithms running, and you'll be able to see some of the trades executed in the exchanges. Now, I can't show you every single detail because of security reasons, but we will show you as much so that you actually know that you are in for a real deal. I must say that in this industry right now, in terms of actual real competition, I'm pretty sure we are one of the best in terms of what we can actually provide, what you as users can actually see in terms of our transparency, in terms of what we are actually building. Obviously, I think we are very competitive in the market.
Can you move just a little bit right here, because I see like how so transparency is absolutely very, very important, especially in crypto, you know, as the nature of it is anonymous and irreversible transactions. We want to see transparency, and you know, you mentioned Snap Innovations, and you said you have developed your own exchange. Is it still running, this exchange?
Actually, we haven't launched it yet. We haven't launched it yet. So that's under the brand of Moonix, Moonix. We are only targeting the launch next year because, frankly speaking, we are spending a lot of resources, manpower on Talk itself. So, you know, we will need to get some of the more important functions up and running before we allocate some resources onto other projects. Okay. So we need to stabilize this.
And you also work with other companies as an advisor, or like you know, providing them solutions and tech that you have, right, before you started Torque?
Oh, we do some advisory as well. We also do provide wallet systems. I think one that is very known in the market is EXA. So you can see that EXA's wallet was developed. Their wallet system was developed by us. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So what is the team that is behind Torque? Can you tell us about the team that is working alongside with you? I know to accomplish big visions and big goals and a project of this scale, you need to have a superb, stellar team, all dedicated, very, very talented people.
Yeah, so you can actually, I think on our official deck, you can actually see that there's one page that lists out all the, what we call as the governors. They are my management team. So like my own CFO, he was the finance director of a listed company in Singapore. So that's Lo Ting Hui. Yeah, he's in charge of finance. And then we've got Jason.
There is a place that you can see the team, yeah?
Yeah, we those who, if you don't have it, I'll send it over to you later.
It's
and then maybe share with you guys.
Okay, yeah. So tell us about the team.
Yeah. So on the operations side, the chief operations officer is Jason. You'll see him too later. Okay, he's actually a captain in our Air Force, Singapore Air Force, for more than 10 years. So he was an ex-captain, a very operational guy. That's why I got him on board. He's also a very big guy in the crypto space. He loves trading. He has done a lot of OTC services for people, you know. And he's very much involved in the exchange side of things also. So Jason is a very systematic guy. That's why he's as operations. And then of course we've got people like James and Ryan. James is actually our Chief Investment Officer, and Ryan is our Head of Risk and Compliance. So both of them are also same like me, banking background, been in the local banks of Singapore and as well as international banks. So on James' side, he is accomplished quite a lot in the banking field, and he's very familiar with the financial instruments and as well as the risk management part when it comes to even trading. So that's why James has been tasked as a investment officer. He overlooks our strategies, overlooks risk management, and also overlook the R&D side of things, or for development of new strategies. Whereas Ryan, actually, he's handling more on the mid back office. So he overlooks at the compliance, he overlooks at risk. Basically, all these security measures are in place. When talk about regulations wise, where there are licenses that we can go for, we want to be sure that if we do need them, we have to go and apply for them, as well as the KYC process for clients. If you realize some platforms, clients do not actually go through a KYC. They are just allowed to open an anonymous account, and people say that's the spirit of blockchain. Yeah, but I must say that it's actually more for security. Really today, if your account got hacked and you've placed in quite a bit of funds, I'm pretty sure you will want us to be able to verify yourself, and the only way to verify you is to know who you are. I need at least your name, your contactable number, email address, so that, we can, on our end, protect the clients as well. So being a digital platform, I must say that we've also been under a lot of hacking attacks, DDoS attacks, and of course, it is our job to ensure that our security is up in place and it's always improving. And
you have people on the team dedicated to the security of the
yes. So just a quick share. Just over the last week, there is a couple of days where we got hacked. 339 user accounts were compromised, but 0 funds were actually successfully being taken away. 0. Just because of the SOPs and the security measures in place. So you have an ID and a password. So there were 2 ways they were doing it. One is using brute force. They will use password generators to keep generating passwords until they log into your account successfully. But if you have activated your 2FA, then that should be okay. Now, another one is actually using a phishing site. So they will actually create a similar looking site like ours, and they'll make you, and you, by mistake, you may key in your ID and password, and that's where they'll keep a copy of your username and password, and then you'll be able to log in. So if again you set up your 2FA, you'll be fine. But for those who haven't, then they will have access to the account.
For those of you who don't know, 2FA is two-factor authentication. It's a Google authenticator that you want to set up in your account, and it binds with your phone. So it is very, very important security measure. Okay, I got it. There is you work on security. So how many people on your team are working on the trading aspect? How many people are working on building up and maintaining the code? And people who are in the operation side of things.
Okay, so on the management team, we have about 12 guys. We have 12 guys on the management team. From operations all the way to frontline, doing sales, business development, we have a team of 12. Now, in terms of the developers, actually we have more than 30 at the moment. 30. About a big bulk of them are all in our Vietnam office. Okay, because of the cost and because
Vietnam is cheap. Coders.
Yeah, and it's cheap, and they're the real good talents there. I wouldn't say they're really cheap because the costs have, this recent years it's been increasing, but relatively, compared to Singapore, is a big difference. There are good talents there, so that's why we put a lot of our tech guys in Vietnam. There's a small team of people in the tech guys in Singapore as well, but Vietnam is a bigger one. We have all in all about 30 over people on tech. In terms of trading, I would include some of the operators, as well as some of the developers that are purely on the trading strategy side. developing the algorithms. For that, we have about 20 over people there on the trading team.
That overseeing the markets, yeah, overseeing the bots and the markets. 20 people
that's right,
are dedicated to it.
Yes, correct. Because you need the traders who actually overlooks the whole trading, who understands the logic, who can actually speak with the developer on developing the algorithms. Then you of course have the operators who operate the algorithms to let the bots run doing the trading. And then you also need the developers who are actually building the algos, and as well as the tech support guys. So it's quite a big team that we need to constantly increase. I must say it's 20 plus because every few days we might have one or two newcomers on board, and we are constantly doing training for them.
And most of them are in Vietnam, or you have a team in Singapore as well?
Most of them are in Vietnam. In Singapore, we actually trade more of the traditional instruments, stocks, futures, warrants, indices. This is our trading team here. In the crypto space, we have actually 2 guys in Singapore that does the crypto trading, but they are working more on the research and development side. So they are doing a lot of testing of the algos, but they are traders themselves. So we also have, but most of the core operations for trading is in Vietnam.
Awesome.
Yeah. Then we also have customer service.
It is also customer service is important. You have dedicated live chat people on customer service, right?
Yeah. So if you have tried out Tor, I'm sure you sometimes you can reach out to our customer service anytime, even in your midnight. You can try to reach out to them. They are 24 hours, 7 days a week on the job. We have close to about 10 plus of them that are on the customer service. So they split in 2 shifts, the day shift and the night shift. So there's always somebody who can respond to you. So I think the overall, especially when coming to such a platform, where we are actually integrating with a lot of other functions and features and apps in the future, other than the fact that we actually help to manage your crypto portfolio, I think this whole user experience is very important. That's why we want to give customers the kind of confidence that somebody from top is always being engaged with you. If you need to clarify any doubts, you need to actually maybe you lost your password, maybe you need to change your username, things like that. Simple things. Somebody is always there to help you.
Yeah, and I understand the importance of it's not a code that you build once. It's a living and breathing thing.
It's ongoing. Yeah.
You want to tweak the algorithms. You want to tweak the codes. You want to be looking at the markets all the time. It's especially as you grow and grow and grow. It's important to keep a very good eye on everything every day. So it's great that you keep expanding the team, and you have 20 people dedicated to trading and 30 people right now on the code. It's absolutely incredible. So can you tell us a little bit in more detail about the actual strategies you use to generate profits? You said arbitrage and scalping. So, right, those are the only 2 strategies right now that you generate profits?
Yeah. Actually, these are the 2 main strategies, because we don't want any strategies that involve us taking longer term positions. So these 2 strategies, they are all classified under high frequency trading. So it's using technologies like what we have, using algorithms. We are able to scan the markets at a very, very high speeds and executing the orders. And of course, being able to capture all these opportunities across exchanges is one of the key. It is, to us, we only want to use strategies that involves very, very low risk. In fact, best if there's no risk. So only if there are opportunities in the market, then we actually capture them. In terms of trading wise, we actually trade also with the large, big exchanges, so that these big exchanges, Binance, Kraken, HitBTC, Coinbase. So we trade with these guys because they are reliable. And in the event, should anything happen, for example, we haven't got a case yet, but if any of these exchanges got hacked, at least they will be responsible for the client's fund, because some of them, they have subscribed for insurance. So that would help in terms of recovering some of these clients' funds if they were affected. Of course, then there are the smaller exchanges, and we do trade with them, but it's a very small volume. Of course, why do we also trade with them is because there are opportunities with them. Some of these small exchanges, they actually do quite competitive. In fact, maybe some of them are willing to give us almost zero fees, knowing that, hoping that, we could give them the volume. But also we need to assess all these exchanges to make sure they are reliable, make sure they're stable, make sure that we can easily connect to them. If all these are in place, then we will trade with them, but with small amount, and then we slowly, gradually increase once the relationship is established, the trust is there built with these exchanges.
So is arbitrage essentially have assets in all these exchanges, and when you scan the marketing, you see the price of a certain pair is different on different exchanges. You can execute it very, very quickly on some of these exchanges, right?
Yes, correct. So fees is also one big part. So like in these exchanges that we trade with, our fees, like in Kraken, is zero. Meaning to say, like, Binance, I mean, some of you, when you started trading, you might realize that the fees in some of these exchanges can go as high as 0.4 or 0.5%, right? But the fees that we actually are getting is, for example, in Binance, if I'm not wrong, we are at 0.004, if I'm not wrong. I need to check what's the latest, but in Kraken it's 0. So when all these fees are so low, it means that a price difference of just 0.1% can be a profitable trade. You get what I mean? So in other cases where if your fees are, for example, 0.3%, right, and you execute a trade, and that trade profitability is 0.1, you will still be negative 0.2%.
Yes.
Yeah. So with low fees, I can actually capture more opportunities. So that is also one of quite an important part when it comes to us trading.
And what is scalping? What is scalping that you're doing? How does that work?
Okay, scalping actually, very simply put, you actually have two bots running. One is a buy bot and one is a sell bot. Okay, so we look at, of course, no matter the trend, what we actually do is to capture, so you will know that there will be limit orders that we will actually place on the ladder. Okay, so one is a buy and one is a sell. Now, when we actually close a trade, it's actually a profitable trade. So at very high speed, we could actually execute a buy and a sell, okay, and on the particular coin pairing, and we will place all these trades will be executed on the bots, scanning, knowing that so the price ladder we actually close in on the orders and all the price codes, and then when the order is filled, we actually carry out a buy and a sell, so that we can take minute profits, small little profits, but we actually execute them at a very, very high frequency, generating maybe even more than 10,000 trades a day. Our arbitrage is more than 20,000 a day.
Wow.
20,000 a day. Yeah. So then, of course,
buy low and sell it a little bit higher. Buy low and sell it a little bit higher.
Just a little bit higher, correct, that's right. Or if it's a sell, if it's a short order, then you want to have that small little profit as well. So when you close the order, of course, some orders will not be filled. So once there are a few orders that is left open, what we'll actually do is to come into average out. We'll close the orders manually, that's executed by our traders to ensure that we actually do not lose. We may profit maybe just a very small amount, but it's better than losing. So we actually have the averaging out algo as well.
What has been historically, I know that everything can happen in the future, we cannot predict the future, but historically you've been trading already quite some good amount of time. Historically, looking at the past month, what kind of results you've been able to generate?
If I were to tell you the truth, you might fall off the chair. But okay, hold on to your chair now. Okay, on a average month, I would just give you a figure of about 20%.
Average month.
Yeah. So for November, we were at about almost hitting a 22%.
Wow.
That's a whole profit. So as you know, for Talk, we actually pay out up to 77.5% of profits to all the clients, all the customers.
For all the profits you generate, 77% goes to people in the company, partners, people who share the projects with others. So 77% goes to
the remaining 22.5 is used to cover our office rental, salary, traders commission, so things like that for us to basically operational costs. So the remaining 22.5 is used to cover that. And the remaining is being paid out. That's why on your own level, okay, you see that there is always a gauge of 0.15 to 0.45 a day. Okay, so on your own personal investment account, you should see somewhere like between 6 to 8% a month, or 5 to 8% a month. But as you build the business, you realize that hey, the bonuses that you're getting is increasing. And people don't have to worry whether will the company overpay, because everything is calculated for. Okay, even though
pay more, you're not going to pay more than the profits that you generated.
Yeah. So your very own account, when you open your own account, is only 30% of my profits. Of the trading profits, it's only 30%. Remember, I give out total of 77.2, right? Your very own first account is only 30%. Now, as you build the business, you get your bonuses. All these bonuses will add up to make up the total of 70%.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So that part, I think, I don't want to confuse your audience. And so probably we can share that a little bit more detail. Maybe we can draw it out.
20%, if you can maintain it month over month, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal profits on a monthly basis.
I mean, there will be times that we do not profit that much, of course. So that's why when we say account, you can get 0.15 to 0.45. It is not a guarantee. Yeah.
You can tell people, if we have worse months, you're not going to get, that 1.5. Maybe you'll get 3% in the month. Most important is possible to not pay more than you're actually making.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, trading is just like that. You can't. We can't really ensure that it's a fixed kind of profit every month. There will be months where we couldn't execute that much because there were lesser opportunities in the market. So that's why we make a little bit lesser. So like I said, always say we will do a averaging of 0.15 to 0.45, but you got to cut us some slack if we do go below 0.15, and if all stars align, we can maybe do even better than 0.45. Yeah, so it is just a range for everybody.
And what is the risk management that you have in place? Because the most important thing when it comes to trading is managing risks. What would you say about the type of activities you engage in, the strategies in terms of how you handle the risks of losing?
Yeah. Well, so most of the risk, I would say that it's not actually so much of the strategy, because like I said, the strategies that we actually trade on are actually low or no risk kind of strategy. So that's what we actually want to work for. Of course, because you see, for our strategies, right, if there are no opportunities, the trades will not be executed. So if the trades are executed, there must be an opportunity. You see, because that's what our bots are built on. That's what the algorithm is built on, to scan the markets for the price differences. So where there are differences, the trades will be executed.
Before you even start the trade, like the bots, what you're saying is that it will not enter into a trade knowing it's not going to be an opportunity to profit.
Yeah, if it's going to be a losing trade, it's not going to be executed. So I guess more on the risk side of things is actually like trading with the correct exchanges, with the more reliable ones. Okay, of course, then is looking at what kind of cryptos we are actually trading. So if you see, we accept 4 types of cryptocurrencies. the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Litecoin, the USDT. However, there are many other altcoins in the market, you see. Doesn't mean that we actually don't touch them at all. We actually also choose the kind of tokens that has a larger volume, that the price has been rather stable. We don't see a crazy upside downside kind of swing. So we do trade, but those are also very small volume. So these are some of the measures that we take when it comes to just managing some part of the risk. Now, of course, what is another type of risk that we actually really do face now is that many people are opening accounts. Many people are opening accounts. A huge amount of funds are coming in. And, when it comes to actually trading them, you must understand that the payout is on a daily basis, which means every day counts. Every day counts. And when these funds come in, we have to be able to efficiently deploy them into trading. If there is any funds that is not traded, these funds become like a liability, because my payout will be dependent. My payout is actually dependent on the entire sum of money.
Yep.
Yeah, agree? So for us, one of the things that we are facing at the moment, and what we see may come, is that the deposits amount a day becomes larger and larger. So what we're going to do, what we actually have to do, is to actually slow down the process, slow down the amount of accounts that can be opened. So this every day, you guys can continue to open up, sign up for accounts, but if for the day you realize that, you cannot open anymore, come back the next day. Okay, this is how we actually have to control, so that, at the end of the day, we are here for good. We are here to stay for a long time. I need to be able to manage these funds properly. And if everybody wants to come in to talk at this stage, I guess you guys can try to, everything is business as usual. It's just that if you can't open an account today, please understand, and please just give us time. You can always come back tomorrow, the day after, anytime again. Just don't be too alarmed when you realize, I can't actually open an account today. It's just because we've reached the limit
for the new account for today, because you're growing so fast, and it's a good problem to have.
Some days are crazy. Some days are okay. You get what I mean? For example, just over the weekend, we have a couple of millions coming in. So that is quite a fair bit. But on normal days, we can have 100 or 200,000 that's coming in. So that's perfectly fine as well. It's just that, I want to, at the end of the day, the core is that we need to be able to efficiently manage funds coming in.
David, I think you signed up for the second account here on Zoom. Is that you?
Yeah, I think because this phone is running out of battery.
Really? Okay. You are switching to another phone. Let's see. Okay, turn on this. Perfect. All right.
This phone is much bigger.
Yes,
much better.
Much better. All right, perfect. So I assume that when you
this jacket,
yes,
this is for you too, bro.
I wanted one of these jackets. I was actually in Singapore last month, and I wanted to visit you guys, and I was like, somebody told me about you there, and I was like 3 hours before the flight, and I couldn't make it.
I see.
I assume that when you started Torque, you came in with some initial funds, to hire people and the team. You didn't start to do it based on solely on trading profits. Like, you put some equity into the business when you started it first.
Of course.
Yep.
There are other companies that we have. So these companies, they are actually set apart from Torque. But for example, Snap Innovations is actually handling technology, whereby Omega Financial Group is actually a venture capitalist, and they also have our own proprietary trading arm. So that's where some of traders come in. So of course, in the beginning, we actually pool resources to actually help build the platform. Of course, when we started, we also pumped in funds to ensure that we need to hire. I mean, we just can't wait for Talk to grow, and then we hire and we train. So obviously we have to pump in funds to allow expansion, to grow the team, and to start training them early, and to put them in the right job for the right person for the right job. So yeah, we definitely have to come in some money, and even my own funds, the company's funds are also being traded in Talk as well. So it's not just your money; it's my money too. So yeah,
you're fully invested. You're fully
yeah, of course, yeah.
And as part of the corporate structure, like you own 100% of the company, or where is the company registered, and like you also have some partners, or you own 100%?
I own for Talk. I own 100%. Right now, the company is being registered in the BVI, okay, and the good reason is because BVI, if you know, is a place where a lot of financial institutes and a lot of crypto companies actually go there and set up. It's because it is more crypto friendly at the moment. Meaning, you say, if you register your company there and carry out some crypto related activities, it is okay. There is still, I guess, every country is really looking at some of the regulations now, and everybody will want to know how to properly regulate and implement the rules to govern this space. So when we actually registered, it was also partly because from where we are at now, there is no license that I can actually apply to actually do what we want to do. As such, I cannot actually advertise or market or sell the services that openly here. So we actually put it, and this is a good thing because Talk is a digital platform. So everybody actually can access our platform. But as a part of the disclaimer I must put out on the website is that, of course, everybody has to do your due diligence of what you're getting involved into, especially when it comes to crypto. And you have to know also whether does your own country actually prohibit you from engaging in such activities. Yeah, so that is up to each individual. So I mean, we just have to put it out so that everybody is aware.
What country is that? BVI, you said?
Yeah, BVI, British Virgin Islands.
And it's also good for taxes, I think. Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's why you see a lot of financial firms. They also do have entities, family offices, and things like that, because I mean they are tax friendly. And actually, there's another entity that we are actually registering, and that is in Malta. That company is called Talk Management Limited. This company will also be fully owned by Talk Group Holdings Limited, which is actually the British Virgin Islands one. But the Malta one, the reason why we actually set this up is because they have fund management for digital assets license. So they have a class 1, 2, or 3 license, and we are going for the class 3 license, which allows us to actually manage the cryptocurrencies. They allow us to actually trade them and manage them. So I guess to give the users of Talk even more confidence, I mean, this is one of the, getting an appropriate license to actually carry out the appropriate activities is very important. So that's why we are applying for that. And in the meantime, in Singapore, our lawyers are also looking at the Payments Act. This bill just got passed in 1st December, but we need to see how relevant is this license to Talk itself. So my lawyers are doing the review at the moment, and if it's required, we will apply for all these licenses. So it's not that we
that people are having or asking is when we grow and we will handle a lot more volume, a lot more millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, Floyd, because people love to love your opportunity and your company and your project. Are you going to be able to handle much larger volume of money?
Yeah, so I must say that this is actually one thing that we are constantly working on. Some of the strategies actually do have limits in the market. For example, how much can the market really digest this kind of volume? So there are limits, you see. But some of these, but we are exploring strategies such as scalping, which can handle huge amount of volume. For arbitrage, to be frank, there is a limit, but at this stage, we still don't know what kind of limit we'll get into. So, I mean, we are not here to just want to do a 20 million, 50 million kind of business. Of course, we hope to be able to handle a bigger volume, but at the same time, you know, the important thing is that we have to be responsible for the funds that we manage. So, like I said, I must say that at this stage, we really will not be able to tell what is the limit that we can handle, but we are working every day to actually make sure that we can scale this up so that we can handle the volume. In event that we actually cannot handle any more volume, what we're going to do is to put a pause. So we'll just basically stop people from opening new accounts. We will manage what we can right now, and then we will open up again when we can handle more funds. So of course, you know, when I say stop, it means the actual current funds and actual activities still continue. Okay,
important to clarify.
New funds. New users will not be able to open account or deposit until we open. Another way is that to actually lower down the amount that one person can actually put in. So that one, if we can reduce it a little bit more, then that gives up a little bit more space for the rest. But we're still quite a distance, quite far from there. So
right now we are talking about what, $10 million, 15, something like that.
Okay, if it's just talks funds, we are talking about 6 to 7 million USD right now. But we do have some institutional clients that we handle in the past. Now we are no longer taking on new institutional clients. But for the institutional ones, all in, we are looking at about 10 over million, about 15 million USD, thereabouts.
Okay, got you. And do you have any plans to diversify in the future, like to have you know, kind of revenue coming from utility or from other things apart from scalping and arbitrage?
Yeah. So actually, if you look at our app, it's only now available on Google Play, but it will be up on Apple Store in about 1 month's time. In January, I think we're targeting 12th or the 13th. You have it on App Store. On our app, there's an in-app app store. There's an app store within our app. So that is actually for us to plug into other third-party apps or even some of the other products that we are building, such as you being able to book your flights and your hotels, and a digital mall where you can actually shop, buy your daily necessities, your clothing, shoes, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, you know. So what we want to really, we hope to really engage everyone right now on the personal level. So you can start an account with a small size, but as you build up your business, your income will allow you to exchange for your daily necessity. You know, you will not go hungry, you will not go thirsty with talk.
That's why I see in the app the Torque Mall that is coming. So that's the idea, to allow more utility down the line, right?
Yes. So for all these underlying apps that we are actually building, these will actually be revenue channels as well. Okay, obviously there will be margins that we can make on selling even a toothbrush or, you know, some drinks, even the hotels. There will be a margin. But what we actually do is that it's just like trading. All this income, 70% will go back into the profit center for external parties like yourself, like all the users. The remaining 30% will then be used for the company's expenses. So we still go, everything will go in this same manner. So, you know, we want to, I mean, I think there are other platforms where, you know, they do have under each own product, there is some other affiliate scheme or things like that. We just keep it very simple, very clean, very pure. So every profit that comes in, we do a 70-30 split with the client. So all these will actually also help in terms of generating, profits for other than just trading itself. But trading will definitely have to be.
Because I imagine as you grow this project and more people are getting on board, you can go to different providers and you can strike in deals, negotiate with them, and provide benefits for the members as you have growing number of people and people actually use Torque, and it will benefit them and it will benefit you as well. And because you can make some price difference because you can buy in bulk with some of the services. So that's
right.
Idea. Awesome.
That's right.
What is your vision as you see the company in the next couple of years? That's the most important. I see Bitcoin in a bull market. I believe in 2020, 2021, Bitcoin is going to be worth much more. Where do you see a Torque, in 2020 and 2021? What is the goal that you set for yourself? Like, I want this to happen.
Yeah. So by 2021, I hope to have 1 million users. In 2020, I'll be very happy if we hit 500,000 users, because I do intend to actually, by the end of 2020, I do hope that we have actually stabilized our whole technical infrastructure and the whole system, so that we can go and apply for the digital bank license. The ultimate goal for us is actually to actually set up a digital bank as well, so that we can offer something like Talk that is very exciting, yet we can also provide a full regulated platform that is a digital bank for everyone to actually be able to securely and safely invest, be it in crypto or it's in fiat. We will be able to give you more products and services, like offering you insurances, securities, debts, like lending products. You can even provide custodian services and allowing you to conduct your foreign FX, your remittances. So having this license will be able to give our users even more offerings and products. At the same time, because of what we have built, I guess we also have built a layer of trust with all our clients. So that also means that we don't need to actually go and fight for the market share, because we are actually creating one right now. So that would make perfect sense for us to turn into a digital bank, creating another giant, which I hope Talk will be by 2020. So by 2020, we hope to tie up with a lot more merchants and third-party apps, so that you guys can actually have an even more better experience. We do, of course, hope that we have scaled up to the point we can handle at least 1 billion of funds. That's what we hope to reach. But at the same time, we don't want to be too overconfident. We just want to really build up our team.
Awesome. That's amazing vision, and I see like there is no I don't see any reason why we will not accomplish that. As you stay the course every day, being focused, and that's the most important thing. It's the journey that develops, that unfolds.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah. It is a journey.
Yeah, and I guess for all the users now, growing with us, seeing things being rolled out, being developed, people coming to actually witness our physical offices, our guys, our teams growing. I think it is really exciting and really memorable kind of journey to work with us. So we also really hope to work with you guys as well. For those who haven't tried out.
Somebody that wants to start right now with Stork, what is the procedure? I know the minimum is 1 Ethereum, right? To get started. What happens? How do people get started, and what happens when they deposit the crypto? Stork?
So very easy. You can go to www.talk.asia. Okay, go to the menu button, click on portal, and you sign up. Or you can go to Google Play Store, you look up Talk Wallet, you download that app, and then sign up for a new account. Once you sign up, you actually input in a referral code. So without a referral code, you cannot sign up for an account. So everybody has to go to Vitally.
I will provide you the code, and you'll see that somewhere on the page. For those of you watching the replay, you can reach out. Of course, people that you can use this as well to share with your people, and you know, provide the code for your guys. This is Torque Wallet. You can see it right here. The app is right now in the Google Play Store. In the App Store, it will be next month in January. And here, this is Torque.Asia. So here you can sign up, and again, you need a code for that. So then once they download the app, they sign up. It's an easy process of putting your name, your email, your phone number, your password. They set up their Google Authenticator. And once inside, they just put it either Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? They put Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, or ETH. So they're putting inside. And what happens next? Where is Bernard?
So after you sign up, for an account, go down to you just scroll down. You'll be directed to a dashboard. On dashboard, you can actually see that we accept 4 different type of major cryptocurrency.
Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin.
Litecoin, Ethereum, yes, that's right. Yeah. And then you see a deposit button. Yeah. When you click on the button, okay, you can actually determine how much you want to send into the wallet, into Torque Wallet. So we'll provide you with a wallet address. Copy this address, okay, and then go into your external wallet. You can use any wallet like IM token,
Coinbase, any exchange.
Coinbase, that's right. And then you key in the amount that you want to send, and then just key in this address, and you can send it over to Torque.
And that's all they need to do. Like there is nothing more they need to do to start the trading. When they transfer the Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDT here, you then take it and put it to use on the exchanges, right?
Yes, correct. So all you need to do, come to this page, copy the address, go to your own wallet, indicate the amount of Bitcoin you want to send, and just send to this address. But before you actually do any funding, okay, I would suggest that you can go to settings and then set up your 2FA. 2FA,
yeah.
Your Google Authenticator. So there's a step-by-step to actually tell you how. Once you actually enable it, they'll actually give you 3 steps. So you got to download your Google Authenticator, okay, and then key in either a manual entry or a QR code, okay, onto your Google Authenticator. Set your account name for that, and every time when you log into this app, it will just prompt you that you need to key in a one-time password that's generated on the Google Authenticator. Yeah. This is very important. This is actually to prevent anybody from being able to hack in your account and start doing withdrawals without you even knowing. So it's important to set up the 2FA. After you set up 2FA, I suggest then you do your funding. Okay, so the funding process is very simple. After you do the funding, by 2359 GMT plus 8, okay, which is Singapore's time, or GMT plus 7, which is Vietnam's time, okay?
By 3
both
p.m.
is
Singapore
fine.
Time? 3 p.m. Singapore time?
You mean right now?
No, but if they deposit by 3
Oh, that would be 12 midnight Singapore time.
Okay, 12 midnight, okay.
Yeah, so by 12 midnight Singapore time, if you do the deposit, the next day, 9 a.m. Singapore time, we'll start trading. Okay, we'll start trading, and by 2359, which is 12 midnight again, we will actually tabulate all the trading profits. Okay, we'll do all the accounting, and then on the 3rd day, you'll be able to see all your Torque tokens being generated and into your own Torque wallet.
Okay, so the next day they start trading, and then the day after that they will start receiving Torque tokens.
That's right. So with Torque tokens, you can actually convert it to any other cryptos of your choice. You can convert to BTC, ETH, LTC, or USDT right in our portal.
This Torque to BTC,
you see that?
BTC, LTC, or USDT. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
once you Yeah, once you've done your conversion, you can just key in your external wallet address, can be your Coinbase, etc., and then you'll be sent directly to your external wallet.
And this option here provides an opportunity for add to
reinvestment.
Reinvest, okay, to compound.
Yeah, so you can actually reallocate back your earnings into Talk as well.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. And Torque itself, I understand it is more like a stable coin, like it's not jumping up and down. It's 5 cents, and it's been 5 cents like this. Yeah,
that's right. So Talk is actually a stable coin. One of the main reason is because we don't have any intentions to list it onto any exchanges and be subject to market forces. You can drive your price up or down. Next thing also, it is not a security token. That's why we're not saying, oh, Talk is valued at this much and that is why our token is at this price, etc., etc. So Talk is going to just be fixed at 5 cents per token. It is important for that is because you today may invest, may plug in your BTC or ETH, okay? But when you get your returns, if let's say the price for the day for BTC isn't that good, you might not want to actually encash your earnings in BTC or in BTC, right? You might want to have it in ETH, or you might want to have it in USDT. Okay, so that by having this process, it gives you the flexibility to choose the tokens, the type of tokens that you want to actually convert Talk into. Now, that is actually putting Talk as more like a reference point. Number two is that you actually, today you might put in BTC, but as you refer your friends and you do this Talk business, other people might invest in ETH. They might put in USDT, LTC. Now, it will become a mess if you're going to get a fraction of all the different tokens in your wallet. Yeah, and it's going to be an accounting mess for me as well. Yeah, so we decided we give you a unified token that's Talk, and then you decide what you want to have it at the end of the day. And the third reason is that
for accounting. Yeah.
Yeah, and the third reason is that we need to build value for Talk. Talk needs to have its own transactable currency so that I can actually engage with merchants. I can build relationship with my partners, third-party applications where you can pay for their services. And then you can buy your products from merchants. So these merchants won't like it if I just tell them that, can you accept Bitcoin or Ether? What's the difference with other payment platforms? They will be allowing all these merchants to accept Bitcoin. But the problem lies when it comes to payment. The settlement process takes time. You see, now a lot of merchants, they are not very comfortable with that. It's because the settlement process takes maybe 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days. And during this period, while they are waiting out to receive the fiat money, okay, from all these payment providers that handles crypto, they are open to this exposure that they are opening themselves into can cause them to lose a lot of money. So if you today buy a pair of shoes at $100 and you give them Bitcoin, but Bitcoin price drop over that period of 5 days, for example, before the merchant actually gets his fiat money, supposedly he has $100. But by that time when he actually gets back his money, he might be subjected to this risk. The payment provider or the payment provider is not going to take in this risk, right? So the risk will be on the merchant. So at the end, if the price tanks over this period of time, he might get back $50 and not his $100. So these are some of the problems that in the payment industry when they are trying to integrate crypto as a payment gateway, as a payment instrument, then these are the problems that they face. So us being stable at 5 cents gives these merchants very it will make their whole process a lot easier. They can know that, it's always going to be stable at 5 cents, and be it the settlement is in 3 days or even 30 days, it's going to be fine.
And is it something that the Torque itself is on the blockchain right now? Like you have
Okay. Yeah. So Talk is now not on chain yet. Okay, because take it as Talk actually is actually supposed, I mean, we call it a token, but it can be on chain or off chain. Now having it on chain actually has some goals that we might face. A script we want to actually write.
Bernard, so something with the video, like you're frozen a little bit.
Yeah. The microtrans. Can you hear though?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's back. Okay.
Now good.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I was saying that, for example, to get it on chain is something that we are gonna do. But before we actually do that, we are actually are we gonna write it on our own block? Are we gonna it's available in the market? Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Froze again?
A little bit.
Can you hear me now?
You froze a little bit, like in the middle, and yeah, now you're back. Now you're back.
Okay, so hold on for a second. Okay, is it good now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so it's good. Yeah. Okay, so I was saying that yeah, we are just actually doing some research at the moment to see what is better for Talk. The reason is because whether to use write our own private blockchain or to actually use third-party ones, is because like scripts like ERC, they actually have all these gas fees and they do have mining requirements. And when they have these gas fees, we are not able to process, we're not able to support micro transactions because the fee would actually eat up quite a big part of it and it doesn't make sense for users. And also it's actually quite slow, you see, to process. So we're actually looking at which script is better. So at the moment it's not on chain yet because we don't need to. Also not looking to list it on any exchanges. Until we have actually created a very strong demand for the token, then that could be a time where we want to consider listing. But for now, there's no thoughts about that yet.
I see. All right. Yeah, it's obviously it will be more clear as time goes by. The last thing I wanted to ask you, and we cover a lot of ground. You know, we are using a model of affiliation going to several levels and multi-level marketing. Is there a reason why you chose this? And do you have a background in this, in network marketing, or this you chose it to spread the message in a in a better way?
Okay. I chose this is because, firstly, my background has never been network marketing. Okay. At the same time, in the past, when we develop products, we are always facing B2B clients. Okay, we do not really handle a lot of consumer clients. Now, coming to something that we want to develop like this, pure reason is because I want users. I want user database. Because as we set off to becoming even a digital bank, I mean, why do you want to set up a bank when you don't even have the users, right? So I also don't see a point in creating and spending, so much money just to do marketing, just to make people trust us or believe in us. That's why I created this Talk platform so that users can actually get to know us better, get to know how we operate, get to know our capabilities, and then they will naturally trust this platform. Now, I chose also this affiliate program is because being in the crypto space, obviously there are quite a number of scams in the market. There's some platforms that are not genuine, and there are many clients who actually got themselves into rather bad situations. That's why actually I feel that affiliate program for such a platform is perfect because it actually comes from testimonials from people around the world. People can actually testify and they can actually spread the good word for Talk itself. And obviously, I mean, affiliate marketing is one way that can actually massively, very quickly reach out to users. It is one proven, very effective platform. Just that, unfortunately, that is being used or abused by some other companies. So for me, I believe that I think network marketing is something that is actually very powerful, and I think it's still very good. I mean, you have seen companies that are out there such as Amway, and they've been more than 10 years around, and they're still growing. I think they're rather good. But in what we're doing, I would say it is a very simple structure of just referrals. There's no criteria like for you to subscribe to every month you need to actually pay more or subscribe to new products or services or things like that. It's just a very pure way of referral. Okay, today you come in, you can actually just refer this platform because you think it's good, and you get paid a bonus for doing that, and it's all coming from trading profits. We don't touch customers' capital. Yeah, that is the core.
Yeah, you said 77% of the profits, and you distribute it through the plan. There's going to be another video, guys, separately. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about the rewards plan for those of you who want to share the message and the good work about Torque and how does that work. So we'll do a separate video about that. And you plan to do any events, right? Live events for people to actually meet and greet, and to meet the company, to meet you in person. You plan to do some kind of events in 2020?
Yeah. So actually, we are looking at February, 22nd of February. I'm going to choose a place that is very close to Singapore. One of the things is that, of course, the cost is lower, and logistically wise, it's actually more efficient because they've got bigger space, and that's in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. It's just next to Singapore. We are going to do a event where there will be some of the live trading will actually be showcased during this event. We will show you, we'll turn on our trading algorithms, the bots will start to run, and you will be able to see us clocking in the profits, and then we also show some of the achievements that we have accomplished so far. It's also a session for me to get to know everybody better, from you all to know my team as well. And there will be a lot of some games as well. So yeah, I will send you more details once I finalize on the location and some of the itinerary. I will send you guys the invite, and you guys, if you have time and you can make it, do join us too.
Awesome. And when we have those conversions and withdrawals, like people that deposit into Torque, they can withdraw whenever they want, correct?
Yeah.
And do you handle those manually, or is it something that automatically?
Actually, it's actually automatically. So we do have all the payments and calculations are actually handled automatically. Then of course there will be some cases that's rather unique, in the sense that there will be some cases which we suspect maybe being hacked or things like that. Then those will be manual process. Our customer service team will be reaching out to verify these accounts with the account owners before we actually do all the withdrawal.
Okay, got you. So for that, you need some kind of reserve funds saved, because if you have the money trading on the exchanges, it's not instantly usually.
No. So if you do a withdrawal today, you're not going to get the withdrawal today, because every day at any point in time there will be withdrawals submitted for. We can only wait till the end of day, where we actually will pause out our trading and actually tabulate all the profits, and then calculate or do all the accounting, and then we actually allocate the profits out to the wallets that have done this withdrawal request the next day. So if you do a withdrawal, take it as 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you will be able to get your the next day. Correct.
Got you. Wow, this is exciting and amazing project, guys. There is a lot to actually build and develop over the next years with this. As we are growing with this company, and you have seen yourself from Bernard, what are the plans, what they're doing, and when it comes to transparency, we already have. I know you have live trading that you have done for several hours, like 8 hours or so, right? That people can watch.
That's right.
How the
we're doing a new video, so it'll come to you guys soon.
Yeah, I saw the video. I'll show you guys as well.
Yeah.
You know, the live stream. And you said by the end of the month, hopefully people will be able to see.
You can live stream it. Yeah.
Live stream, yeah, the live stream, the trading.
Yeah.
See the.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm gonna do a new a trading video, because I think the one that you have it should be in around end of October or in November. 23rd October. So we're going to do a more updated trading video just to show some of you guys before we actually go live streaming. So yeah, once it's ready, I'll send it to you.
Awesome. Perfect, guys. So who is excited? Let me know right now in the chat. I know I'm very excited. For those of you who want to get started right now, you can follow the link inside the chat right now and set up your account. And for those of you watching the replay, you'll see the instructions on how to do it somewhere on this page. Any last questions, guys? Please put them some urgent last questions. And while you do so, Bernard, any last word that you want to say in regards to, you know, most important for people, like they want to be here in the next year or two. They want to build a strong team, and they want to be part of this amazing project, and go to those live events and keep growing together. So please, give us some words of encouragement.
Yeah. I think we are in a very good time now. Very good time, because obviously the prices for you to enter is rather low, compared to some of them who actually, when we launched Talk, Bitcoin was at about 9,000 odd USD. So now we are at a rather low, so it's a good time to come in. And of course, do join us in our communities. There's a couple of communities on Telegram. Do join us, because that is where we announce for things like events that's coming up, or even when our portal or our app is under maintenance, or when there are new services or products, features. So do join all these communities. I myself are in some of these communities, and even my team as well. And we do have customer service guys that is spread across in different communities. Even some communities are actually being created by some of the leaders. So these communities belong to them, but we are all in there as well to give our support, and so that we can engage with everybody as well. Yeah, so we work like a little family. So do join us. I think it will be really awesome.
Right now, when it comes to updating about information, is there any official channels where you communicate, like all the updates and everything, or you go through the leaders and the leaders update everybody?
Yeah, there's an official community that I will have to send you the link later. It is actually called the official Talk official community. But there's also other groups like Talk customer service and help desk. There's also like Talk international community. So there's a few. We'll send you the links later. All of them are actually whenever there's announcements made, it will be broadcasted across these communities. So you guys can join. Because there will also be the ones that actually handles German and Russian and other languages. So I'm not too sure your community, are they okay with English, or do they speak other languages? So by then maybe we can introduce different communities that support different language groups.
Perfect. Somebody is asking about crypto.com, historic account formatted for
MCO.
Are you familiar with crypto.com?
Yeah. I don't know of them. I think they have a very nice metal card launched quite recently, right? And I think their app is really good as well. They have a very good UI. So at this stage, I do like crypto.com, but at this stage, we do not speak to them yet. So I don't know in which way we can probably work with them. Hopefully one day, if there's any good suggestions, or if you guys actually have any creative ideas on how we can work together, put it forth to me as well. I think it'd be quite cool. But from what I know right now, Crypto.com is pretty much an exchange plus a payment provider. They do have their own MasterCard or Visa cards, right? And you have to stake their tokens in order to actually get their cards, and you can spend them. I think they've been doing a great job tying up with a lot of merchants, and I think their merchant base is growing as well. So yeah, I think quite a good name in the industry. I think will be quite a good project if we can ever look at some ways to collaborate together. But at this stage, I do not speak to them yet.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time, and we are going to help you guys with any more questions you have in the future. We have here Bernard working side by side with us, in the team, and I know he's busy, but he always comes back whenever we need any help or we want to support or some new update. So we're going to get you in the loop. Thank you, David, and thank you, Bernard, for being such awesome people and innovating in the project. I know how hard it is, how challenging it is to build something like that, what you're building. And it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. It's really not easy to do, but you are doing it, and you are doing it for the right reasons to help people prosper. And I really, really appreciate all that you're doing. Thank you so much.
I hope one day I get to see all of you, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are finishing for now, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.